Firefly Guitars is one of the best budget brands that you can get, but what happens when they do their take on a John 5 Telecaster? Welcome back to The Mix. I'm ABD. Today we have an unboxing of a Firefly guitar, a T-style guitar, Tele-type guitar that might look familiar to you. If you're a fan of the guitarist John 5, you might be familiar with his all-white Telecaster that he has that Fender made a few years ago. All white with red components and a mirror pickguard. Today, we have a budget version of that guitar in our hands to unbox. Firefly was nice enough to send it out for review. I have a Firefly V-type guitar, which is a great guitar. A mahogany body, rosewood fretboard, stainless steel frets, ball end frets, and very nice sounding modern El Nico 5 pickups. Here we have a similar product, El Nico 5 pickups, a mahogany body, and a rosewood fretboard. In one of the most fun specs, a flamed maple neck. So that's enough talking. I think it's time to unbox the guitar. So we have a box and we have a knife. We can open it up. I have a strong suspicion it is upside down. So I'm going to turn it right side up. It's been sitting upside down for a minute all day, but that's okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Inside the cardboard box, we have two pieces of styrofoam that are sandwiching the guitar in between, and a piece of tape. So I removed said tape. Now I can pull it out this way. So I think that's a pretty nice way of packaging the guitar. It keeps it protected on all sides. Even if something impales the box, it's protected inside. So I believe all the Firefly guitars are made in China, and they are shipped to California, where they set them up and inspect them, make sure that they're good to go before they send them out. More tape. And like I said before, and you might be familiar with already, Firefly is one of the best budget brands you can get. So this guitar here that you're about to see was only $220. And a lot of the other guitars on their site, they usually have on sale for about $180, not even $200. So if we lift this top piece up, like so, you can see how the guitar is inside and protected. The two pieces on top of one another keep it from moving anyway and keep it protected. So we have the guitar covered. Here on the side, we have a free cable, a metal rod of some sort. We'll find out. You can take the guitar out this way, and I can tell you the weight feels good. It's a little heavier than I thought it was going to be, but it is a mahogany body, and that's okay with me. I don't like super light guitars. Usually the better the wood, the denser the wood, the better it resonates and the better it plays. Rubber band on top. Be gone. Lift it up this way. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Your first look. The FFTL GW 59 SP 59. Look at that. You cannot be quite serious, can you? To be fair, how in the world can you manage to make a guitar that looks like that for $200? Are you ready for what's on the back? Look at that flamed maple. I'm a big fan of flame maple, baked flamed maple, and here you have a beautiful piece of it. Sometimes to get that type of flame, you'd be spending a lot of money on a very premium guitar. But here you have a beautiful flame. I don't know how well you can see it, but that is absolutely killer. There is the chatoin effect where it moves and dances in the light. And then I also didn't realize that the inlays are an abalone type thing, a blue abalone type thing, which doesn't necessarily fit the vibe of the rest of the guitar, but somehow works very well. Very, very well. Do you see that flame? Can you believe that flame? The finish is quite nice. It's a white, ghost white finish with red, almost pinkish binding. And then the kind of centerpiece of the whole thing, the mirror pickguard that you have there that also extends into the control plate here. And No push-pull, but another fun feature of this guitar, a kill switch. A big, clicky kill switch. And then individual saddles for the bridge. They are not brass saddles, and they look like that kind of cheaper metal, but that's okay as long as they don't move and they stay in tune. And then you have these very interesting, I believe, El Nico 5 pickups that have Allen key adjustment pull pieces instead of screw adjust pull pieces. We can go ahead and take plastic off of those. Whoop. That's one. That's two. And that mirror pickguard, I believe, is just a plastic, but I think it looks great. I think the guitar in general looks crazy good. Three-way switch up here, which is red, but it almost looks kind of pink. Kind of a light red. And a red speed knob right there, almost like a Gibson speed knob right there. And again, that back, that flamed maple neck. It is a rosewood fretboard, and it does, in fact, look like rosewood. It has a finish on top of it, and then stainless steel frets, which are ball end and very, very nice. Even the nut up there is red. And the headstock shape is very much almost like a Fender Tele. This is a little thinner there compared to a Fender Tele, but besides that, this here is much more like a real Telecaster compared to the other headstock shape that Firefly uses on some of their guitars. Oh yeah, and why not locking tuners on the back? Because of course, a horse is a horse, of course. And what else? Did I forget anything? You have the Allen key adjust truss rod down here as well. So you have nothing on the headstock. And here you have a plate because there is a switch there. And then the neck plate here, the joint goes in a little bit for comfortability, for playability and such. But look at the quality of those frets, how shiny they are, how pretty that rosewood fretboard is. And again, I can't get over that flamed maple neck. Who are you kidding? And the finish is very clean. I'm not seeing any hair or imperfections or anything under that white finish, which can happen sometimes and kill the vibe. But it looks very clean. Ghost white, TL, FF, TL. But how does it feel? It is not in tune. We can tune it up and get a quick sound demo. And then in a part 2, we'll do a full review and deep dive into the guitar. If you are enjoying this, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be right back. So the input jack on the side there is a recessed kind of Tele, classic Tele input. So we got that in there. Dish type, they call it a dish, whatever. So I'm going to tune it up real quick, and then we'll get a quick sound demo. So I can tell you that those tuners feel very good, those locking tuners. They are nice and tight. And we are now in tune. We are on the neck pickup, clean, with no pedals or anything like that. I don't know, folks. What do you think? Does that sound like a $200 guitar? Those were very nice pickups. And again, red, fancy looking with the pull piece, so with the Allen key adjustment. Very cool stuff. They sound nice and clear and open and not too compressed. A lot of low end with enough high end and sparkle without being too harsh. A very nice clean sound. That's with the volume all the way up. There is no tone knob, by the way. Go to the middle position. The instrument rings out nice and clear, and it has a lot of harmonic richness. Those frets seem nice and level. The fret ends are completely smooth, no sharp fret ends. It's a kind of thicker neck, too. A little bit of a 50s vintage type. It's a C-shaped neck, a standard C-shaped neck with a pretty thick piece of rosewood for the fretboard, and that looks like real rosewood with a finish on it And it is a compound radius. I believe it goes from 12 to 16. If that's incorrect, I'll put it on the screen there. And the tuners seem to work very well, and it just feels really good to play. If you go to the bridge pickup, so it definitely sounds more like a bridge pickup, but I really like these pickups. I believe they are Alnico 5 magnets in the pickups. In combination with the mahogany body, it's nice and warm. That neck is really nice for clean, and I'm going to guess that the bridge is going to be better for high gain stuff. So, doing a little bit of bending here. The fretboard feels a little scratchy. That's maybe the first thing that I noticed that's a little bit of a negative. Besides that, I've been incredibly impressed by almost every other aspect of the guitar. That's not all over the fretboard, and a little bit of that is due to the finish on top of the wood, and that will kind of get smoother as you play the guitar. That'll kind of smooth out. I don't know what gauge strings are on the guitar. I think they might be 10s, but they're staying in tune and they feel pretty good. But like I said, those pickups sound just really good. So we can try some higher gain stuff. Bridge. So it sounds like it might be out of tune already, so I'm going to tune it up. And it might also need to be intonated, but we'll do that in the part 2 full review. So it's basically in tune, so it probably needs to be intonated. Or I might just not like these pickups as much dirty or high gain as I do clean. So, yeah, for kind of higher gain, chuggy stuff, I don't really like it as much as I like them clean, at least on this amp. They definitely sound like Alnico 5 pickups. They sound good, but they're not as tight as I would like them to be for like modern stuff, but they still sound great. And I haven't set them up at all, so maybe after setting them up, the pickup height and the individual pull pieces, it might make a difference. But overall, the guitar is incredibly impressive and incredibly beautiful. I cannot get over that flamed maple neck for this price. You can't even buy just a flamed maple neck sometimes, just the neck, not the whole guitar, for the price of this full guitar. And you get Alnico pickups, you get a kill switch that we didn't try. Let's try that real quick. So it works well, it does what it's supposed to do, and it sounds really good. And you can always change those pickups if they're not your bag. But overall, I'm very impressed with the FF-TL GW guitar, and you can get one for yourself at the Guitars Garden website. You can find the link in the description down below. They make great stuff. A guitar of this quality for this price, you cannot complain at all. So, thank you for watching. If you're interested in part 2, like, subscribe, stay tuned for that. Thank you to Firefly for sending out the guitar. Thank you for watching. And until next time, play guitar and be awesome.